we are at the Buffalo Wild Wings in Petoskey, Michigan, and I have Mr. Barry Bennett. Barry, could you tell me a little bit about yourself and your background?
Myself and my background. Well, I graduated from Hastings, Michigan.
Awesome.
Went on to Central Michigan University, got my bachelor's degree there. Then went to Northwestern University where I received my master's. And then for the last 27 years I've been in Petoskey, Michigan teaching bands and steel bands, and the marching bands and all those things.
Very cool. And I've run across you a few times down in New Orleans. Can you tell me a little bit about that? What do you do in New Orleans?
Well, that's kind of a thing that kind of fell upon us. We started the steel band 17 years ago, and a gentleman that saw us performing in Charlevoix about 13 years ago, and he was from New Orleans, and he said, "Hey, you got to come down to Mardi Gras." At first we thought he was nuts, said there's no way we're coming down to Mardi Gras, that's just not happening. But he was pretty persistent, great guy, and before you know it, 2001 we made our first trip to New Orleans. And we had a flatbed trailer. It was pretty generic. We didn't know what we were doing. We got into this thing kind of raw, and it worked out pretty well. We've been down there now 7 times, and every time has been better. And that's where it all started.
So what is the name of the band that you take down?
Well, we just call ourselves the Petoskey Steel Drum Band. Every year I take a group, every other year rather, I take a group of juniors and seniors. So every student that is in the steel band gets to go during their tenure in the program. We just have a generic name and it works for what we do.
Oh, absolutely. And so this is high school students.
Yes, the kids start playing steel drums in the 6th grade, and they work their way up through the program. By the time they're juniors, they're all in the top band. Our top band is pretty active. We play about 20 times in the summer. So we're all over the place, playing in Michigan. We've been down to Hawaii. We've been to Walt Disney World. We did a Caribbean tour. But the thing we love the best is going down to New Orleans. It's just a great time. It works for what we do as steel drummers. About 7 years ago, we finally decided we had to upgrade from the flatbed trailer, and so we built a double-decker trailer. It's super cool. We've got lights on it. It's got a sound system on it. It's very unique. I haven't seen anything like that in the United States. I think, as far as I know, we're the only group doing that.
Very cool. Yeah, it is very awesome. I've seen it several times in a few different parades. What parades do you have you ridden in?
Let's see. When we first started, we did the Rex Parade, which is the King Parade, which is a great parade. It's on Tuesday. But for what we do, we like the night parades because we have the lights on the trailer. It really works.
It's beautiful.
It is. It's awesome. The kids love it. The crowds are very active. So in the last few years, we've kind of settled into 3 parades, and they're the granddaddy parades, if you will. And one of them is called the Endymion Parade, which happens on Saturday night traditionally. Then that's followed by the Bacchus Parade, and then finally the Orpheus Parade, which was started by Harry Connick Jr. I'm going to say about 20 years ago. And so we've been in the Orpheus Parade 7 times already.
Very cool. So, where do you plan to go from here?
Every year we upgrade the trailer. We repaint it or put new lights on it and just kind of make it better. And it started out pretty raw, but now it's pretty incredible. So every year we come up with new ideas. I got a whole crew of guys that, it's not just me, trust me, there's a whole crew behind me of guys that help me out, and they build stuff and they paint stuff and make stuff for me. We just kind of just play a lot and bring up new kids. So we try to invent the wheel every year because it's good the way it is, but I guess hope that answers your question.
Yeah, and so how do you pay for the trips?
Yes, that's expensive.
No.
Yes, they do pay us to come down, all the parades. They call them crews down in New Orleans. It's spelled Krewe. So they all have crews that they pay to ride on these big floats. And so all the crews will pay marching bands and steel drum bands like ourselves to come down and perform. So they give us some money that helps offset our costs, but it's expensive. We got to pay the air flight and the beads that we throw. The first year that we went, we had no idea what we were getting into. We had basically 3 bags of beads. That's it. And those were gone after the first parade because we didn't know what we were doing. Now we have 4 pallets of beads that we spread out through 3 parades. The kids just have a blast with it, and that's kind of where we've evolved.
Very cool. So really, ultimately, you get a stipend for being the parades, but it also comes out of the pockets of the school, or?
Well, the school, they support us in the ways that they can, but really the steel band is self-sufficient. We pay for ourselves. The steel band pays for everything. They've paid for all the drums. The drums are extremely expensive. When we first started, we probably had $8,000 of steel drums. Now we have close to $200,000 in steel drums. And then the maintenance of the instruments, unfortunately, even though they're steel, they go out of tune. So we have to retune them every year. That's another $5,000 or $6,000. So the school helps us out in other ways, but the steel band basically has to provide its own ways. So
the students kick in.
The students kick in, yeah, absolutely, for Mardi Gras. But for the drums themselves, we play throughout the summer, and we sell CDs. That pays for the maintenance of the instruments, the tuning of the instruments, the upkeep. So it's a continuous process that never ends.
Do you have a website where people can hear your music and perhaps buy your CDs?
Absolutely. It's under Petoskey Schools, so it's petoskeyschools.org /Steel Drum Band. And that will take you to our website. There's really no way to hear the music on the website because I'm not that good at it. I try, but it's not something I'm good at. But you can buy our music. We have 5 CDs. The CDs, and we have 1 DVD and 5 CDs. They have made the band what it is today, really, because if we could not sell those CDs, we've sold thousands of those CDs over the years. That has paid for the drums, the upkeep, and maintenance and so on.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So I like to close my interviews by offering the interviewee the chance to say tell something weird and wonderful about themselves or their project, their school, their experiences in New Orleans.
There's probably a lot of stories there, but I guess my personal story is my 2 kids. I adopted my kids from Bulgaria. So my personal pride and joy is my 2 kids. They're both from Bulgaria. They are great kids. So I'm excited because my daughter will be going to Mardi Gras herself for the first time next year in 2015 because every year she sends me away and I go down there, but she has no idea what it is herself. So I'm excited for 2015 because I finally get to take her, and my son will be going for the second time. So I guess it's not weird or anything, but it's something I'm excited to do for them.
That is definitely wonderful. Well, thank you so much. And from the Buffalo Wild Wings in Petoskey, Michigan, this has been the Weird Reviews Mardi Gras Memories. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Jim.
Weird.